Have you been wondering what appliances you really need and what the best brands are? Today I am sharing what brands we love, what appliances we couldn't live without, and which ones seem to be most cost efficient over the long run. If you're new around here, welcome. I'm Lena. On this channel, you'll find money at home videos. I want you to be able to spend less time on your budgeting and more time on the things that bring you joy while still reaching your financial goals. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I am not sponsored by any of these appliance brands, but I wanted to make your life a little bit easier by showing you what has really worked for us in the appliance department, because if you find the right appliance that just keeps working, that really actually saves you money over the long run, because you aren't upset, you aren't busy fixing it, you aren't spending time cleaning it out. It's just working, and then you don't have to replace it as soon either. Okay, so the first appliance that we love is our flat stove. If you know anything about me, I do not like to clean, and I am quite lazy in that department. So having something that you can just wipe off if you want it to be clean is super handy. There's no food getting stuck in the bottom. There's none of those trays that you have to replace, those little burner bowl things that you have to replace. None of that. You're not messing with that. And if you want to clean it, you can just wipe it off real fast. I know that you could make it all shiny and stuff, but like it's just going to get dirty again. So we don't even mess with that. I don't care if it's shiny. I do like it if there's not, food on it everywhere. And that can be done easily with a rag. So this stove that we got is an LG. And so far it has worked great. The inside of the oven is blue, which is kind of fun. Totally not necessary though. So this is kind of a combo oven, and it has an air fryer and convection. So it has all three types of cooking in one oven. So that means we don't have a bunch of other appliances. So that could be something to consider, as you don't want to have everything or buy everything. Just buy an oven that does everything, and then you won't have problems. The other thing, of course, is that I have little kids and the knobs need to be up high. No knobs in the front. I don't know how you handle that when you have little kids. So the knobs are up and out of the way. The surface is easy to clean. There's not very many moving parts. Just my style, and no need for an air fryer or a toaster or anything like that, because you've got this oven that does all the things. And I would say that this is like a one step up oven. So it's not the cheapest possible oven that you could get. But it seems very sturdy, so I'm hoping that it's going to last a long time. It's already been a few years, and it seems just fine. So far, so good. The next appliance that you may love is a metal dishwasher. So we have had a few dishwashers as we've moved, but we upgraded to this Maytag metal dishwasher, and we love it. So this is the low end of metal inside dishwashers, but it does the trick. So if you've ever used a plastic dishwasher that has plastic inside, they can get so gross so fast. Then you have to take the whole thing apart and like pressure wash it, and then all the little parts are disgusting. It's just, ugh. So if you don't want to be wasting your time cleaning out the dishwasher, or messing with the filters all the time, or messing with the gross water and all that stuff, and time is so valuable. So if you can get a dishwasher that has metal inside, we have the Maytag. I'm sure other brands are fine. Extra credit if you can get one with a food grinder thing, so it can like cut up any food that comes off your dishes. We don't rinse off our dishes before we put them in unless there's huge clumps of food on them. So everything just goes in there totally dirty, and it just cleans it right up. We use that Cascade liquid gel stuff from Costco to clean everything. I think this is just the most efficient way for us to do dishes, and this dishwasher has not taken much maintenance or cleaning or any of that gross sort of thing. It just works. And that's what I want in my dishwasher. We've also had this dishwasher for about 2 years. No problems, works just fine. The next appliance you may consider buying is a Cuisinart food processor. So we got a big one right when we got married, and ours is kind of falling apart now, and I was kind of disappointed about it, and I'm like, this is lame. Things should never break. We should never have to replace them. But then I was remembering that I think we got it in our first year of marriage. So it's 9 years old, and I guess it's okay if it breaks after 9 years. That's pretty good. You can buy some replacement parts, but it's getting a little bit rough, and then we lost part of it. We could rebuy that too, but we're just gonna keep it until it totally dies. So a food processor is super useful as you cook at home and making that faster and easier. So it comes with like a carrot cutting blade so that you could cut vegetables in slices. It also has a grater if you need to grate a bunch of cheese or carrots or potatoes. You can just throw all your vegetables in there, grate them up, and then throw them in your soup, so that you aren't spending all that time hand grating things. And I do not like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. My husband actually does a lot of our cooking, which I am so thankful for. But when I do cook, I'm trying to do it as fast as humanly possible, and the food processor really helps with that. It can also, in a pinch, double as a blender. We broke our last blender and we didn't feel like replacing it. So we were without a blender for a few months until my husband found one at Goodwill. So you can make a smoothie in a food processor. You can also make chocolate pudding in a food processor. It basically is kind of like a more powerful blender. The blades are a little bit frightening looking, but so worth it. And definitely a must in our kitchen. And we are not big kitchen appliance people, so this is kind of like a staple for us. And they are not free, especially in this size, but I'd say that 10 years of use is pretty good. Next appliance that can make your life so much easier is a dryer that goes up to 60 or 80 minutes. If you have little kids, you are doing a lot of laundry. So you just need your washer and your dryer to just work and not take forever and not take too much effort from you. So a lot of these eco dryers, they only go up to like 30 minutes. When we bought this house, it came with a dryer that went to 30 minutes. That drove me insane. And I do as big of loads of laundry as possible so I can do the least amount of loads, which means I'm putting a decent amount of clothes in the dryer. It's not just 3 shirts or something that they're imagining they're using. So it's a big load and I need it to be all the way dry, and I only want to push the button once because I am busy. I don't have time to go back and restart the dryer. I could not stand it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. We're buying a dryer. This is the first time we have ever bought a brand new dryer, so that was pretty exciting for us. This is the bottom of the line dryer, but the only thing I cared about is that it went up. So my dryer goes to 80 minutes. I think that's ideal. I just put it on 80 minutes. I do it once. The clothes are dry. Everybody's happy. Nothing molds. Yay. So this dryer is a GE. I feel like dryers are totally generic and it doesn't really matter about the brand because they just heat the clothes up. It's kind of a simple task. So the important thing to me is that it goes up to enough minutes. In the past, we have gotten used dryers and they have worked just fine. Sometimes they smell a little bit and maybe you want to like put some rags with vinegar in them or something like that. But a used dryer that has enough time on the timer works just fine. You can often find a dryer for like $50. Someone's upgrading to a matching set or whatever. It doesn't matter. If it works, it works. If the belt squeaks, that's really unfortunate. But you can always get a different used dryer and then sell that one for $50. So if it's kind of a low grade dryer that's not particularly pretty, that's kind of the going price, at least around here. Okay, the last appliance that you need to save you time is a Speed Queen washing machine. So if you haven't heard of these yet, it's kind of like a movement of people that are into Speed Queens. So when you go over to someone's house, like check out their washing machine. If they're a real washing machine aficionado, then they may have a Speed Queen. So there's a few reasons why these are awesome. Okay, so Speed Queens are not particularly inexpensive, but they are worth it. So the Speed Queen fills all the way up with water and gets your clothes super clean the very first time in not very much time. So the load runs in less than an hour for sure, often more like half an hour or 45 minutes depending on your settings. Your clothes get clean the first time because I don't have time to go back and do them again or try to mess with the settings because they still smell. My only complaint would be that they can't fit a ton of clothes. Before, I had a different washer and it was huge. So you could do these ginormous loads of laundry, but the clothes still smelled because the washing machine smelled. It wasn't doing that good a job at cleaning our clothes. So you'll have to go to your local Speed Queen dealer to find out the price. We got the lowest level model that was available. And I think after taxes, it came out to be $1,000. But this is saving me time and energy and worry that the clothes aren't really clean. We also have an Airbnb in our house. I've got a whole playlist if you want to check that out. But there's a lot of laundry that comes with that, and I cannot be sitting around waiting for the washer to run for 3 hours. That is just too much. Can't handle it. Our old washing machine, if you wanted to do super duty, it was like all eco and stuff, and it would take 3 hours to run the washing machine. And I'm like, okay, I need to do 3 loads of laundry every single day to keep on top of the laundry. I don't have time for that. That's 9 hours of the washing machine being on. So that's a lot of energy. So that time that washing machine is plugged in and on. And also that just takes so much of my day, and the clothes didn't even feel clean after we were done. So save yourself the hassle of all your laundry machine problems and get yourself a Speed Queen. We did also look into commercial washing machines, but we ultimately decided on the Speed Queen. Let us know in the comments what is your favorite appliance that saves you time and energy and probably money in the long run. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. I hope to see you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.